It looks like 20 to 60x by 80, and the brand is SVBONY. That's how I pronounce it. I don't know. It's got this deal on the end where you can slide it out, and that's going to help take off some of the glare if the sun is shining, hitting the lens. I've got it on my own tripod. Let me show you what it comes with here. Comes with a real nice case, actually, and it comes with its own tripod. Here's the tripod it comes with, a little fluid head on there for moving it around. So you know, if I had a table in here, I could set this on the table and it would work great. I was trying to set it on one of those chairs and it's too soft. You got to have a really solid, hard surface. So here's the instruction manual. Just tells you, yeah, like the sliding sunshade, tripod mount. You got your focus wheel. You got a zoom ring. And here's all the different ones that they offer. So the one that we're using is one of their biggest ones. Says they got 4 models. Here's some of the specs if you guys want to take a look at that. You can pause it. So yeah, then it just tells the little bit of the basics on that. And the other thing it came with was this. This is for hooking your phone up to it. That's the phone clamp, and this is this piece clamps to the eyepiece, and here's the instructions for it right here. See it? You clamp it to the eyepiece, and then there's that deal there. You can adjust that, and you can clamp your phone in it. Here's talking about if you need a professional tripod, you need to buy it yourself. So yeah, that for me it worked better. It works definitely better with the solid tripod. And although I did tinker around with the phone piece on here, I'm not gonna mess with it. It's kind of a pain to mess with because because when you got it clamped on it, it's actually clamped to the zoom ring is how I had it, and it just, to me, it makes it a little bit awkward, and it's not that bad just to stick your phone right on the eyepiece yourself, which I'm going to do for the review. So we got the rangefinder here. Looking at my neighbor's trailer, which is let's see how far away that is. 114 yards is how far we're gonna be looking. Now first, I've got my favorite pair of binoculars here. These are a 10 by 50 X binocular. If you're interested in these are by 8-man. I'll put a link in the description below for them as well. So I can tell, looking through these, I can tell that there's writing. I can tell that there's white lettering on the trailer tire. But I definitely can't read it. I'm going to set the phone down, and I'm really going to stare and see how well can I see that tire or the lettering on the tire with these 10 by 50. And then we're going to look through the spotting scope, and we're going to kind of look at what's the advantage. Is this thing really worth the money? Is it worth dealing with a spotting scope versus just a decent pair of binoculars? So give me a second. I'm going to set this phone down and investigate. Well, with the binoculars, I can definitely see there's writing on there, and I could kind of make out the word radial on the side of the tire on one side. I couldn't tell what the other side said. Part of that's probably cheating because I have looked at this already through the spotting scope, and so I already know what it said. So my brain probably just looked at that and said, oh, that says radial. But I couldn't read the other side with the binoculars, and it says trail buster, and I know that because I could read it looking through this very clearly. So we're going to show you what that looks like. And I would say my recommendation is, like, for me driving around in the fields and stuff around here, I'm just kind of quickly driving around looking for deer, and so those binoculars work better for me, because the tripod, this spotting scope, you need a tripod. So in other words, I would need a place where I would get out of my vehicle, set up the tripod, set up the spotting scope, and by that time the deer are gone. So this is going to work great. I'm actually going to give this to somebody for Christmas that has a backyard full of deer and food plots, and so he'll be able to set this up and look out his window at all the deer out in his fields, and I think it'll be perfect for that. So yeah, that's my review. I think this thing's about $100, and if you have the ideal setup for a spotting scope, I think this is great. Also, like out west, if you guys are looking over to the next mountaintop, and you have time to sit down, set up a tripod, look through the spotting scope, and the animals are still there by the time you do that, this thing definitely gives you more clarity and obviously zoom and everything to be able to see the details on those animals. So thanks for watching. We're going to show you some quick views of this trailer now. So if you can see, that's the trailer right there, and we looked at it earlier with the rangefinder and the binoculars, and it's about 114 yards away. So we're going to just quickly hold the phone up to the spotting scope and see what she looks like. Well, there you go. Radial trail buster. And you can see how touchy it is because I can't even talk without it shaking. When I stop talking, I can hold it still enough, steady enough to where you can see it. So it's really using the phone on this is that quick and easy. I suppose if you have some shaky hands, then you definitely are going to want to use this little mount here, like so. Also, you could record video with that and take your hands off it. So that's it, man. That's the spotting scope from SVBONY. It's their 20x60. It's quality-wise, it's really lightweight. This outside is kind of almost like a rubber plastic material, so it seems pretty solid. The focus dial here is real smooth. The zoom, same thing. The zoom feels smooth, so I have no issues with this thing. I recommend it.